Yeah.
The U.S. will send $100 billion in aid for humanitarian assistance to civilians of Gaza and the West Bank, President Joe Biden said on Wednesday. This money will support more than 1 million displaced and conflict-affected Palestinians, including emergency needs in Gaza. I'm so sick of hearing about Gaza and Ukraine.
Well, you want the people in Gaza to have what they need, right?
The announcement, it don't have to come from America. We always do that.
Kim, that's not fair. Because Nikki Haley did make mention that other countries are doing things too when they talked about Ukraine. Right. We're talking about America because this is us.
You wouldn't have to
turn on the UN news and see what Europe is doing.
You wouldn't have to do humanitarian effort if Israel wouldn't have bombed all the people.
I know, but people are still
kept the food from coming in.
I know, but people are still complaining that those.
So then why not say something? Then say something about it. Say, okay, we're doing 100 million in food or whatever, but Israel, come on now,
Kim,
shouldn't have stopped letting the food and the water come in the first place.
Our country, I don't think only certain presidents have done that in the past, where they become very vocal and kind of chastising. Biden is not the one. Forget it. But Obama wasn't. Very soft. People was mad that Obama should have gotten a little tougher when he was dealing with people. That's why people like Trump.
The announcement comes after he's a blockhead.
I know.
The announcement comes after a massive if you're going to speak out, at least add some sense. That's the difference with him. Okay. He has the mouth and talks and the vibrato, but he's a moron. The announcement comes after a massive blast rocked in Gaza City Hospital Tuesday, killing hundreds of people. Hamas blamed the explosion on Israel, while Israeli military said the hospital was hit by rocket misfired by Palestinian militants. Biden has so far sided with Israeli officials, telling Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, whatever his name is, that the attack appeared to be carried out. Again, he don't know what's going on. He just assuming that Israel didn't have nothing to do with it. Biden cautioned Hamas against attempting to divert the aid, saying that if the group attempts to interfere, assistance will end. Okay, well, let me give you, let me go ahead and prove, I'm not a fortune teller, but let me go ahead and say this, Biden, because you're a moron too. Not as bad as Trump. If you think for 1 second that Hamas is going to allow food and water to come in and they don't take it, then you're a moron. Why would they starve and let everybody else eat? Yes, they're going to take the food too. Jeez. You don't have to be smart to run this country, I guess. Anybody can. 100 million.
I know but he's damned if he don't. He's damned if he does.
No, nobody was telling America to give $100 billion to.
We didn't say a certain amount, but everybody's been fussing about
the people. But you got hundreds of people that aren't even Palestinian that need to get out of the country. They're not opening it up for anybody. When is he gonna have the balls to say something? So that's all I'm saying. He's a weak man. And that's why they keep saying that. Wake up. Come out of the basement. Quit sleeping. And wake up.
People are still concerned. They'd rather have him and all of his flaws than Trump.
And the bad thing about
they have no choice.
The bad thing about it, and the thing I hate when people say that, is that the reason why it's Trump and Biden is because we allow the politicians to make that choice for us. No one's demanding that we get better people to run for the president of the United States.
Here's a news flash. And I kept thinking, when Whoopi would always make comments about America, should be smarter, they know, they look and see. I hate to hurt her feelings. Mm-hmm. America is not wise when it comes to political and foreign affairs.
No.
We don't even know our system, like you're saying, our checks and balances. How did the bill get passed? That's what I did. Slip in and listen to Ben Carson at one of the college universities when he was speaking. Mm-hmm. He was saying to them, and probably from his own experience, take courses to learn how our government runs.
They used to teach it in school. They used to teach
it in school. Taught, and I forgot, checks and balances, House of Republicans, Senate House. Oh, how does a bill? I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill.
Right.
And I get it, but they made a comment on The View that hit home. A lot of people, if you were to do the Jimmy Kimmel thing and ask people on the street as they walk by, what is the roles and responsibilities for the speaker, the Speaker of the House? Do we not know that's third in line to be a president? Do we not know that they can be? Nobody.
And Jim Jordan might be the third.
Nobody knows that. So think about if we had knowledge of how our government works and really understood, half the people that you're thinking are idiots would go, "Oh, I ain't vote for him."
Here's the thing. This is what we got to stop living on. We live on social media and press. If you go all around the world, there are people starving. If you go to other countries, there are other countries where the higher ups live high and the rest of the people are starving. Major countries like China or India or anywhere. You have got to stop, and I don't know what we can do about it. I guess it's nothing we can do about it. Like I said, pray.
Yeah.
We got to stop pulling on the heartstrings of people and people saying, "Oh, well, let's do that." We got thousands of people crossing our border, and there's a fence up, and there's barbed wire, and no troops, no nothing, and the people are sleeping in airports on the street. We have wintertime coming, and you're giving $100 million. Why not? Okay, I don't mind helping people. And again, I told you this even with your own house. You cannot have a home with kids and your family is not safe and secure, and you invite anybody from the street to come in. What happens is all of y'all starve then.
Here's an example of how a lot of people in America live.
Jesus.
How many of us have either been in a situation or seen ministers, pastors take care of the church,
but not their family,
but neglect their family?
You can't do that.
How many ministers, their kids go crazy? That's why you always say you're a PK.
Yes.
You're a PK.
Yes.
The church is like number one, and the family is neglected.
And what happens
we're doing that same thing.
And what
in our
happens
country.
is it catches up with you.
Yes.
Because the family is the place you go and you lay your head.
Yes. And
that needs to be secure and safe.
And an extension of you. That's a reflection of you.
Yes, when you drive down the street and you see people homeless and you see people in tents, you feel bad. It pulls on your heartstring. But you have common sense not to invite all of those people into your house. You know they can't all live in your backyard. So you fix the issue. What is causing these people to be on the street and homeless? So then, what is this rocket scientist? Rocket science.
I'm going to put a
figure out why the people are on the street and homeless. Fix that problem in conjunction with soup kitchens and helping the people that are already out there. But you can't allow it to keep growing and not fix the problem. And that's this country. They are so ridiculously stupid.
Well, like I keep saying, I'm going to create for some reason, I want to create a logo that says, "What will it take?"
What will it take?
Was going to be some word like, "What will it take?" And then it would be the praying hands.
I know what it'll take.
No choice but to use our prepping items because we can't go outside. The stores are empty.
Yes.
There's crazy and chaos on the streets. What will it take before our American leaders and other world leaders wake up and go, "Ooh, we got to take care of home."
It's ridiculous.
We got to take care of home.
You got to take care of home first. I'm not saying you don't give. Now he wants to do another bill to $100 billion to Israel. And I'm sitting here going, we have barbed wire around our border. Is this the most ridiculous thing in the world?
But it goes back to what I said when you were talking about the number of billionaires in our country. I'm thinking even for some reason in my head, I just thought about why, because I always say billionaires, especially the Jewish ones. The ones that are billionaires.
They're giving money to Israel.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So any aid coming from this country should be from them because it's helping their country. You're going to give money towards your country.
I showed 2 billionaires yesterday. I didn't have time to do it on the thing.
You sure did.
2 billionaires here from Jewish are giving millions and millions of dollars to Israel. So why are we doing $100 billion? If they giving millions and millions, why are we giving money too?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm done. But I'm
telling you, a lot of times they didn't have to do that amount, but a lot of times you save face when you say, we're giving money to the people in Gaza. Yeah. We're giving aid to Ukraine. Yeah. And then the people can sit back and go, okay, we are helping.
But that's fine.
Good. We're helping.
That's fine if we're not stepping over people on the street. Yeah. So what you asking what's it going to take? That's what it's going to take. Yeah. America's all...
And that's only the sanctuary cities. Think about it. There's people sitting big in their cities. And they don't have to worry about the migrants coming over.
And there's another thing about our country. You got to realize this about our country. We've lived here for how many years we know? Our whole life. America's good on stuff until it hits home. Yeah, but so as soon as people start not working and not having any money and food, all of a sudden the heartstrings aren't pulling anymore.
Oh, they break those strings.
As soon as you come out of your garage and there's 5,000 migrant workers on your street laying down trying to figure out where to go, all of a sudden it's a problem. Right. When are we going to fix this? That's how Americans think.
Until it hits
Not that it's thousands and thousands coming in. They wait till it affects them personally, and then they'll say, maybe we should fix the border.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. Okay. That's our country, though, so I'm used to it. Go ahead. That's why we pray, because regardless of who's in office, all of them are numbskulls. I know God got us.
Just to make it today. That's why we pray.
Yep.
MC Hammer.
Yep. So speaking of numbskulls, you talked about this guy, Jim Jordan.
Oh, goodness.
Jim Jordan, they said he walked